Well, we are into the final bit of the match breakdown of Manchester United versus Aston Villa that ended 1-0 in favor of Manchester United. Welcome to this channel, and these are the player ratings that we have come up with my team here onto the United Matters channel, let you know about how these players went ahead to perform as far as our team has gone ahead to really break them down. So Rock and David is my name. Don't forget to subscribe because we want to hit 13,000 subscribers, and obviously we are left with just 6 games to go. That's it, to make it a full 38 game season. And Ten Hag is really so much in high mode because he believes that we're on the groove and everything is in our hands to find ourselves in a position of really going to the team. Liverpool has gone ahead to win against Tottenham Hotspur by 4-3, meaning that Liverpool has closed down. It's now 7 points. 7 points behind Manchester United, and they've gone ahead to play one more game than us. That means if we go ahead and really play one more, we win that game that we're going to be playing against Brighton in the midweek. This is going to be very hard. Would have gone ahead to play 33 points, level with Liverpool, and obviously we're going ahead to extend our lead back to 10 points. That shows you that everything is in our hands. Everything is in our hands, and Liverpool is really one of those teams that are really just praying to see to each other teams like Newcastle and need to drop points to find themselves into the Champions League. Let's go to the player ratings, and David De Gea was in goal today, and he kept another clean sheet. 15 clean sheets this season. He is the most decorated clean sheet goalkeeper in the Premier League, or he is the goalkeeper with the most number of clean sheets in the Premier League, 15 this season. It shows you how good we've gone ahead to look on the day, and he had to do all the saves that we are called in for, and he never put a foot wrong in his foot distribution. And I think when you look at the way David De Gea is improving his ball distribution, Ten Hag might be really making his stance that I'm not going to bring in a goalkeeper to really outcompete David De Gea. And De Gea has gone ahead to put in performances that everyone is really giving the best of support, and I think he's silencing his enemies. You know, people have gone ahead to say he cannot play the ball with his foot, but today, have you witnessed him? We really played very well, and David De Gea was the mastermind of that craft of really playing the ball from behind. He really looked press resistant, you know, he took his time, he never put a foot wrong, saves, he did them very well, and obviously he never gave up on the day. I'm giving David De Gea a 7 out of 10 for me. You know, keeping a clean sheet is obviously not something easy, if at all you know what we are talking about. Then we are going to Diego Dallo. Diego Dallo had another decent game today, and he found himself in positions of well defending. So he never disappointed the manager, and us keeping a clean sheet shows you how good that entire backline was really well in unison. The communication was really great, and they found themselves in positions of really winning every ball that really came close to us, because they only had one shot on target, and I think that shot on target came in through in the first half. That's it. So I think United really played very well, and the only problem we had was we never really scored the second and third goal, yet the chances were there for us to execute, but we found ourselves in positions of not executing those chances in here onto the channel known as United Matters channel. So Old Trafford was really a fortress, and we had the best of runs that we made there, and I think we found ourselves in a position of really winning. Then I'm giving Diego Dallo a 7 out of 10 for me again. Then we go to Tyrell Malacia. I think one thing I was happy about him today, in the dying minutes when Bertrand Traoré got that ball and was going to go past him, he pulled his shot. That is something you're supposed to do when you're playing Tottenham Hotspur before Harry Kane really brought in that second goal, that second assist that really gave Tottenham a leveler into that game. So I think I like it very much when a player learns from his mistakes, and it is evident that this player went ahead to learn from his mistake of not really fouling Harry Kane, and then he fouled Bertrand Traoré, and we defended very well in the dying minutes, and we got that point. So Malacia, going forward, I saw some good fine cross from him, meaning that his end product of the game is really improving, and the manager Erik ten Hag is doing the needful to improve the player. So he played very well, and I think he deserves a start into the game of Brighton away on Thursday. That is Tyrell Malacia. Another 90 minutes into his legs, and he has gone ahead to prove to the manager that I'm really ready to rumble every time you call me. And I'm giving Malacia a 6.5 out of 10 for me, you know. Then we go to the midfield. Guys, Casemiro. Oh, you guys. Casemiro was just a steady Eddie in that midfield. You know, he was the heartbeat of that midfield and controlled it very, very well. As I told you in the match preview, in the match build-up, that I saw Casemiro nearing his best in the game of Spurs, and most of you said, Rokani, Casemiro should be blamed, blah, 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 and I told you that Casemiro played very well. If I told you, you've been evidencing the games he played against Sevilla, then Nottingham Forest, then Everton, Brentford, I think you realized how he really came in through and fitted best into the game of United, in the game of Spurs. And I anticipated that today, when he's playing against Aston Villa, he's going to get back to his levels, because he was just lacking much fitness, and he showed us that he was really much fit. And to me, out of everything he did, that head interception that leads to the first goal was really great, and I'm giving him an 8 out of 10 for me. Sorry, 8.5 out of 10 for me. That's what I'm giving Casemiro on the night, because I believe he was one of the best performing players on the field of play. Eriksen, yeah, I like the way he really controlled the game, but he denied us close to 3 opportunities of really scoring. The first one, he was released by Bruno Fernandes at the half line. It was like counter-attack. He really made a very poor pass, you know, that was going to release Marcus Rashford. Then he was played again in a very good position of really releasing a play of United in the 18 box area of Aston Villa, and he didn't. And then Sabitzer pressed well and got the ball back, played him in, and went in for a shot that never really came close to the goal area of Aston Villa. So I think he really had some good spells of really getting that ball from the back four and passing it. His ball distribution was a little bit of crappy, because sometimes he went in for the switch of play, but it was not all that positive. And it's rare to see Eriksen putting out a blind pass. And the only way you'll know that he's really having a hard time to pass the ball is when you see him putting out a blind pass. But obviously, I think I'm going to give him a 7, because he's also one of those players that is just trying to get much fit, having returned from injury from the sick bay of Manchester United. And he had spent 2 months out. So that shows you how good he is, and obviously he's getting. So I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. That is Eriksen. Bruno Fernandes, he had a goal for United, and he released Sabitzer, Marcus Rashford on several occasions. So, and he was being played out of position. You know, we played a 4-3-3 at starters, then we switched to a 4-2-3-1. But Bruno never found himself playing into the central attack midfield area of the pitch. But he really had all the efforts put in, and he really did the needful. And I'm giving Bruno Fernandes, for me, an 8 out of 10. That's it, 8 out of 10. We go to Marcel Sabitzer. Yeah, you know, I like it always when Sabitzer comes out and silences the haters. You know, there was a narrative being driven by certain people who support United that, how can we sign a player like Sabitzer who cannot even bench Freddie now? You've seen where Freddie belongs. You know, Sabitzer played close to 85 minutes of the game, and then he was taken off. So it shows you that the manager is really going ahead to really get more belief into him, and he's settled into this team. To me, I think he has gone ahead to tick all boxes for Erik ten Hag to sign him as a player of Manchester United. That is Marcel Sabitzer for you, and I see no reason as to why Erik ten Hag won't sign this player, because he's a variable on the cheap, and he should be our first signing of the summer to really know that we are going to go on board with him to America to really do what we call the preseason down in America. Sabitzer, for me, I'm giving him a 7.5 out of 10 on the day. He really had a very decent game, and he really did the need. And I think nowadays Ten Hag will get to know that I don't need to really take off Eriksen and bring on Freddy fast. I think Sabitzer can come in and do the running, and obviously he's really so much composed and he can win lots of balls into that midfield. We go to Jadon Sancho, an exciting player. Though he had very many opportunities of taking on Ashley Young and never he took him on. That really annoyed me a little bit because Sancho is 22 years of age. How can he fail to take on a player who is in his late 30s, That pissed me on a lot, and I think he looked like he was taking the ball to him and he never really made a decision to go past him. But he had a very decent game according to me. And I see that Sancho coming in through because the confidence is really growing, and the positivity that I'm really pointing out always is the way he runs, his intensity, his work rate is increasing. Ten Hag is telling him that, please, if you're to come out and really play party to my team, you need to be really hardworking. You need to put the hard work in. If you don't put the hard work in, you aren't going to find yourself in a position of really getting a start into my team. And every time Ten Hag is going to get to give him a start, Sancho has always been impressive. Though I believe that he really found himself doing a lot of chop backs every time he hit on the counter. His decision making just lacked a little bit today, but I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. That is Sancho on the day. Then Marcus Rashford, responsible for the assist, for the goal that we score, but I think would have gone ahead to do much better. Little bit selfish again, and trying to commit himself to go past players. Yet a pass would have gone ahead to do something better. Rashford sometimes finds himself in a position of trying to take off players, yet there is a player he can play a pass to, and then he receives a return pass from that player of United, and then he goes ahead to face the goalkeeper. So I think those are things that Rashford should go on and really learn, because let's be admissive on this. He's not good on one-on-ones provided he doesn't have space ahead of him. If he already has space ahead of him, he's good. But if he runs towards the byline, it's very hard for Rashford to go past a player who is really so much solid in the defense. So I think he should polish onto that and know that sometimes a pass works better than his selfishness, than his selfish efforts to go past players in tight areas, yet he doesn't possess that skill set of really going past those players. Rashford for me, 7.5 out of 10. Let's go to the substitutes. Fred Rodriguez, 6.5 out of 10 for me. That's it. The other player that came on through was Anthony, 6.5 out of 10. Martial just played him in very well and would have found himself onto the score sheet, but he had a very babyish shot that he made to the goalkeeper, Emiliano Martinez, and it went directly to his hands. It was not even threatening to him. That is Emiliano Martinez. And after that, we talk about a player called Anthony Martial. Came on through. I'm going to give him a 6.5. And Harry Maguire, lastly, came on, also played part in this game. I'm giving Harry Maguire what should I give him? 6 out of 10 for me, because I never noticed his presence, and the reason that's why he was brought on the field of play. So thank you guys for watching. Through smash the like button, comment and share. Erik ten Hag, 7 out of 10 for me. The first 11 was really a shocker. I never saw Sabitzer, Eriksen, Casemiro, Bruno start in that game, but he started them all. He benched Anthony Martial and Anthony plus Aaron Wan-Bissaka. So that shows you that he's really ready to come in through and obviously start Anthony Martial, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and Anthony in the game of Brighton on Thursday. It's a big one that we must win, according to me. If we win it, then we'll find ourselves in a position of really having put the cap onto that 4th spot. That's it, because we'll be like 10 points ahead of Liverpool and some good points ahead of Tottenham Hotspur. That is it. So Ten Hag, 7 out of 10 for me. Then the referee, I really liked the way he really officiated the game, but the way he never gave yellow cards to Aston Villa, and again the way he never tried to give us a penalty on Marcus Rashford, because he was really fouled from behind in the box and he went down. So that's what I had for you. Tell me your thoughts about the player ratings and my man of the match. is obviously Casemiro. That's it to me. My man of the match is Casemiro. I don't know who your man of the match was, but those are the player ratings that I had to bring you here onto this channel known as United Matters channel. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. I'm out. See you later, my beautiful mate.